So important virtues here. So important virtues, first prudence. So see, only difficulty is, I already told you, ethics. Ethics is very simple subject. Each and every one of you know the ethics, okay? But only difficult one is remembering these type of words, because we never use such words. So you remember this word in the exam. If they say prudence, and if you know the meaning of this, that's it, you will have your mark in your pocket, okay? So what is the prudence here? It is the ability to discern. Okay, what is the meaning of this ability to discern? Discern is nothing but a discretion. Okay, discretion. So ability to have this discretion. What is the discretion here? We are talking about the ethics. Okay, it's all about the ethics, and ethics deals with what is good and what is bad, or what is right or what is wrong. So you should be able to decide that. Okay, the ability to decide whether it is a good or bad, or whether any action is right or wrong morally. Okay, whatever I'm saying here, even if I forget to mention, everything is morally. Whenever I'm particularly speaking about right or wrong action according to the law, then I will specifically emphasize there. Okay, why? Because we have already seen whatever morally right may not be legally correct always. Okay, or whatever legally correct may not be morally correct always. Okay, that difference is there always. Okay, we will see that example also, because this is important. I think in civil services they already asked. I think even in the last year IAS exam also they asked this. I will tell one example here. Since the situation came, I will just touch upon it. See, for example, here in India, this gay marriages are prohibited. Gay marriage means same-sex marriages are prohibited. Okay, so according to law, this is a morally wrong, or not morally. According to law, it is a prohibited or wrong. But according to ethics or morality or moral, this is correct. Okay, what is the real meaning of marriage? Marriage is like a not only it is more about emotional support. Okay, so each and every person have their moral right to choose whoever they want to get this emotional support. Okay, ethics or moral justify this, but according to our law, it won't justify it. And this law also depending on the people here. In India, we think this as a wrong, but whereas if you go to some other places like in America or in some other European countries, they already recognize this. There, if it is morally and as well as legally correct. Okay, so the main point is, don't think that always whatever legally correct is always morally correct, or whatever morally correct is always legally correct. Okay, it is not the same. And next quality is justice. Next quality is justice. It is a quality of being just or righteous. Okay, that means you need to able to judge everything properly. How you judge anything? While judging, there it depends on so many qualities. You should not have any prejudices. Okay, that means stereotypic thinking. Okay, if you have any prejudice about anything, then it will affect your thinking process, your judgment. Okay, for example, if I think like if I say something like all South Indians eat sambar, okay, then whenever I think something about South Indian, this this stereotypic thinking will come and it will affect my judgment. Understood? So whenever you want to judge or whenever you want to decide something, then you should not have any prejudices, and also you should think objectively. Objectively means without favoring anyone, okay, in a transparent manner. So this is the justice. And then fortitude. See here only the problem is these words. If you by heart this word, if you know the meaning, then no need to worry. Okay. So fortitude means moral strength or courage. What is the meaning of this? Moral strength or courage? See, this is very much important. Moral strength or courage. This is not only for the personal level, not only at the personal level, even at your professional levels also, this fortitude is very, very important. Okay. For example, you are a IAS officer, you become IAS officer and you are constructing some flyover bridge, or if you are in the railways, you are constructing some track. Okay. So you realize that that track was faultly designed and it may compromise public safety. Okay, but very big people are involved in that, and your superior also, immediate superior also involved in that, and they also realize the the danger of this, but still they don't want to alter. Why? Because there are so many kickbacks happened already in that. Okay, and your promotion or your promotion and as well as your career is totally depending on them. Okay, so this is where these type of situation only really test your moral commitment. Okay, so in the normal situation, each and everyone preaches like anything, including me. So the only the only thing that really test you is the actual situation. When you are very much pushed to the corner, even in that scenario, even in that position also, if you are able to withstand your moral principles, then you are really a morally, ethically good person. So here this is a moral strength. So here in this particular scenario, what is your moral strength or courage? You need to disclose. You need to disclose about these the grave danger that is happening in that design. So you cannot compromise on the public safety, and there are so many opposition to you from your superiors. So this is where you need to prove your moral strength or courage. So you need to stand by the strength that you or the principle that you believed in. What is that? The public safety comes first. So for that you can go to any extent. Okay, that is what here moral strength or moral courage. Okay, so only the situation, when the situation arises, how much you will stand upon your believed principles. That is what this fortitude is. Okay, and then next one is temperance. This is also importance. Temperance. See, the meaning looks like a temperament, but it is. So what is the meaning of this restraining in provocation or passion? Okay, if someone is provocating, even in that case, you should not lose your temper. Okay, and even in the passion also. See, in the passion we already seen when exactly you get this. For example, you are loving any girl or a boy. Okay. And then if you find something about them, then you should not lose your control. Okay, actually this situation arises and mainly in those cases. Okay, this is the temperance. And apart from these, we have other qualities also which comes under these virtues. So faith, okay, trust, and what else? Hope, charity. There are so many other virtues. All these comes under virtues, but I am talking about only these important one. Why? Because these meaning is totally different. You need to remember this. What is the meaning of fortitude? What is the meaning of prudence? These words are totally different. But whereas you can easily identify the faith, trust, charity, these type of words can be easily identified. So far we have seen different types of virtues, and we also understood that. But how to inculcate, how to get those virtues, okay? How to learn those virtues. So how to inculcate? How to inculcate this? Okay. So I have already emphasized that these already exist in our with us, and exist with us, and the only thing is we need thought, feeling, and action for the realization. Action, okay. Thought, first you need to think about this. Okay, so in this situation, what should be my virtue? What should be my principle? What should I do to understand that? That one you need to think about, okay? And then you need to feel that, by feeling, you will develop some attitude towards it, either negative or positive. And based on that, you will do the action. But here in this case, since we are talking about the virtues, okay, this is always positive. Okay, this is always positive. So this is the one method, but already these Greek philosophers already mentioned, or they have given some techniques to follow these or inculcate these virtues. Okay, so Plato told 4 virtues are important for a man or woman. Okay, in those days everything they written as a man. Okay, so wisdom. What are those? Wisdom, courage. What is the courage? Courage is nothing but a fortitude. Temperance and justice. Okay. Who is this Plato? See, we have a Socrates. So everyone believed like a Socrates. Even Plato, in one of his books, he mentioned like a Socrates was his guru. Okay. So Plato was, disciple of or follower of this Socrates, and we have Aristotle also. So Aristotle is a follower of Plato, and here the Plato is very important. Why? Because he established the university related to this moral thinking, ethical thought. Okay, he established this, and there are so many great. He cultivated so many great followers, even Pythagoras, Aristotle, and so many other great personalities. Okay, and how they learn this ethical thought. This is not like I will teach and you listen, or you watch the video from somewhere in the country. It's not like that. They are having the dialogues, question and answer like sessions face to face. Okay, either Plato may ask his followers, or followers used to ask his guru. Okay, and they have these discussions through the dialogues. That is how they learn. Okay, even the same concept followed in our Buddhist schools also. If you take the Nalanda, if you read about the Nalanda history, that was there in the Bihar during the Ashokan period, even before that in Guptans. So even the learning process in the Nalanda University and some of the great universities in India was also in the same process. It is through dialogues. Okay, so Plato established that, and Aristotle learned so many things from Plato, and after that Aristotle himself taught to Alexander. Okay, you just remember that, no need to discuss all this here. So that is why, you know, in most of the cases, this Plato and Aristotle, they will come again and again. So we have seen already these four qualities. Courage we have seen, temperance and justice and wisdom. What is the wisdom? We always confuse about the knowledge and the wisdom. Okay, see, knowledge always may not give the wisdom, and you may not see. The difference is only the literate fellow can gain the knowledge, but it all depends on his intention, whether he can be, whether he has the wisdom or not. Even illiterate fellow also can have the wisdom. And don't think that always knowledge automatically brings the wisdom. Okay, so you have so much of knowledge but you don't have the wisdom, then it is a waste of your learning process. Okay, for example, I will tell one best example. I personally experienced this. I mean, when I was discussing with my friends. Okay, so everyone knows that this, you know, discrimination based on the caste is very, very degrading. Okay, they all learn and they also know the constitutional provisions. Okay, and thus the situation or the harassment, you know, meted out to these depressed classes. Okay, they all learn, but still when they become, you know, at a certain point of time, they also exhibit this. For example, they don't want to marry their children to the, you know, what we call that, you know, other than their caste, or especially below their caste. Okay, so where is the wisdom here? They have the knowledge that everyone is equal. That is the basis for this. They have that knowledge, but they are not implementing that. So that means they don't have the wisdom here. Okay, so don't think that knowledge always brings the wisdom. These two are totally different. So we need to have these four. So whenever you have these four, then automatically you will become a virtuous man, according to the Plato. Okay, that is how he taught. And Aristotle proposed slightly different way. That is called as the golden mean. Golden mean. See, on the golden we have so many concepts. What is that? Golden ratio, golden hour, and here we have a golden mean. Golden ratio is for the aesthetic design. Golden hour is in case of accident, because whenever any accident happen, that first 1 hour is very, very important. If you can able to provide first aid in that first hour, then the surviving probability is 80 to 90%. Okay, and then here we are talking about the golden mean. What is the golden mean? Golden means always you avoid extremes. Avoid extremes. What is this meaning? Avoid extreme means too much of you know, very extreme or too much of happiness. Too much of happiness or too much of sad. Both are not good. Both are not good. You avoid these extremes. You always try to be in between these. Okay, then by doing that you will automatically become a virtuous man. So how, you might be wondering, how by following these two you can become a virtuous. Okay, see, too much of happiness means you are doing some job. Okay, many of you already doing so many jobs. Okay, and you still you want to write the IES. Okay, that is not that much extreme. That is a, you know, common desire for everyone. But after becoming IES, you know, or see, for example, after becoming IES, you might be seeing your friends who are earning some lakhs of money in the private companies. Okay, so if you feeling like they are already buying very luxury cars, then you start doing what we call that corruption. Okay, to reach that position. That means you want too much of happiness, but too much of our happiness won't come at free of cost. So when you are doing corruption, somehow you will feel the guilty. That means there is a discontent between your internal moral thinking to the external actions. Okay, there is a discontent between these two. Then automatically what happens, even though you are gaining some money here in some wrong ways, always there is some feeling inside. So ultimately what you want in your life, that is a happiness. So don't think that happiness will come only by buying the very costliest things. Okay, happiness will come internally. It's all based on your thinking. Okay, so it's always, happiness always there along with us, around with us, within us. Okay, so you need, it all depends on how you realize it. Even very very small actions or small things also give a lot of happiness. Okay, so it's all depending upon you. So if you start chasing too much of happiness, this is what happens. Okay, in the process you may indulge in so many malpractices, and that is not a virtuous person quality. Okay, and even if you become too much sad also, then it will bring negative feelings. That is also not a quality of a virtuous man. So that is why you always try to follow the golden mean, then it will give that. Okay, and here not only Aristotle, if you read about our Buddhism and Jainism, they also preach us this, especially the Buddhism preaches this. So, okay, what they preach, Buddhist philosophy also preach the same. Okay, what is that? Madhyama Pratipad. Madhyama Pratipad. Madhyama Pratipad, that is nothing but a golden mean. That means avoid the extremes. Okay, let me talk a little bit about the Buddhist philosophy here. See here, in the Buddhist philosophy, they say that desire is the main culprit. Only the desire. If you have desire, then because of desire only you are doing all these different unethical behavior. You are exhibiting different unethical behavior. So you conquer the desire. How to conquer the desire? So for that they what we call that eightfold path. They propose the eightfold path. Okay, so don't lie, or don't cheat anyone, like that. There are some eight what we call that eightfold path. Okay, so let's not go detail into that. Actually that come in the history also. Actually we supposed to deal that also if it is for the civil services. Here itself we taught already more, so that is enough. So the main philosophy is like this in the Buddhism. Okay, so everyone, irrespective of your gender, your religion, caste or creed, everyone come and join with me, as like all the rivers come and join in a river and lose their identity. Okay, that is what happens now. All the rivers go and join in the sea, and everything will become the sea only. They lose their identity as a sweet water to the salt water. There everything is a salt water. In the same way, you all people come and join and lose your identity, and everyone live like a normal one. Okay, that is why the Buddhism became very very prominent. Even before Buddhism, Jainism came, but Jainism unable to become that much powerful. Why? Because in the Jainism there are very strict rules like brahmacharya and total ahimsa. And they strictly prohibited even women also. So that is how the acceptance of Jainism is not that much that time. But Buddhism allowed each and everyone, and they only avoid the extreme paths. Okay, so and actually when Gautama Buddha started preaching these things, then in those days this discrimination was very very high. So that is why many people attracted to this, and during the Ashoka period it flourished like anything. When he adopted the Buddhism, it flourished and spread, and he helped a lot to proliferate this Buddhist philosophy to so many other countries also. That is how it spread to even to Japan and China and all other places. So the irony here is Buddhism, Buddhism was born and brought up here in India, but we don't have Buddhism now. But it flourished and still flourishing outside of India. Okay, but whereas here Jainism didn't spread to the India, but still staying in India. Okay.